Welcome to Donmar TV News Channel, mga nagbabagang balita sa buwan ng Setyembre.
Okay. And sir, in Malacanang's view, I'm asking this because of the recent decision of Facebook to take down a network of disinformation pages, and then they're saying it's been linked to the Philippine military and police. So sir, obviously the military said it would prove the issue, but in Malacanang's view, should government officials or employees be engaged in sharing social media posts that red tag people falsely or falsely accuse them of plotting to oust the government?
We have to believe the Armed Forces of the Philippines when they said that they have no official pages taken down by Facebook. So all these pages obviously are not pages of the Armed Forces of the Philippines or the Republic of the Philippines.
But sir, it's been traced though to an army man, and he's engaged in social media for the military. But sir, my question is more of
I'm
not
not arguing
on the actual
because that's the official position of the Armed Forces.
But sir, my question is more of yung balance ba, do you agree or do you think that if there's a government official or employee that they should not be sharing social media posts that red tag people or falsely accuse them of plotting to oust the government?
You know, even government officials do have freedom of expression. What is prohibited is if this is done in official mediums maintained by the Republic of the Philippines.
So sir, you're saying the code of conduct for public officials does not extend to their private social media accounts?
It does, but you have made the conclusion that they're red tagging. So that's your personal opinion.
Yes, sir. Because there are some people who have been accused of that,
Yeah.
sir, like si Lorraine.
You've asked 6 questions already, so thank you very much. No? Yusek Roque, please.
Secretary Roque, thank you, sir. Secretary Roque.
Yes, please.
So yung kay Bishop Arguelles na sabi na, well, pwedeng hindi mag-wear ng mask, we should just rely on your faith. And then yun daw pong Ilocos Norte will stay open kahit undas.
Well, una po kay Bishop, Sir, I hope we stick to our roles in society. Ang mga bishops po kinakailangan sa pananampalataya lang ng tao, pero napatunayan na po ng siyensya at ng mga doktor na napaka-epektibo po ng pagsusuot ng face mask para maiwasan po ang COVID. Sana po gamitin na lang natin yung impluwensya natin sa lipunan para tulungan yung bayan na mabawasan ang kaso ng COVID. I-encourage po natin ang pagsusuot ng face mask kesa po i-discourage, no?
From Chris Jose of Remate, reaction po sa sinabi ni dating House Speaker at Davao Representative Pantaleon Alvarez na isang failure ang naging tugon ng administrasyon sa problema sa coronavirus pandemic. Ang sabi po ni Alvarez ay wag na raw magbulahan dahil pataas ang pataas, paakyat ng paakyat pa rin ang COVID-19 positive sa halip daw po na pababa. Dapat daw maging totoo na bigo ang pamahalaan sa pag-approach nito sa problema sa pagkalat ng virus.
Tinawagan ko po si Speaker Alvarez kung nabasa ko yan. Ang sabi niya sa akin na hindi ko pinupulaan si Presidente Duterte. Inoobserbahan ko lang na dumadami yung numbers. Pero sa ngayon po, no, I'm sorry we were not able to show it. No? Pero sa last meeting po namin sa Davao, si Secretary Duque presented figures on the basis of 2-week, yung 2 weeks, ano tawag doon? Hindi, 2 weeks attack rate, pinakita po niya na pababa po ng pababa ang numero. So it's not actually accurate na pataas sa pataas po. No? Even on a daily basis, napapansin naman po natin, bumababa din yung gross figures po ng mga kaso. No? Pero ang importante nga po, sinasabi natin na hindi po ma-breach yung ating critical care capacity dahil importante po mapangalagaan natin ang kalusugan ng mga nagkakasakit ng severe o di naman po kaya ng critical. The President's speech in the UN General Assembly, I thought was excellent, and I think halos lahat ng Pilipino ay kinilala po na talagang napakagaling at napaka-komprehensibo at malinaw ang naging talumpati ng ating Presidente. Wala pong pagkakaiba ng pulisiya. Yan po talaga ang kumbaga very brief summary ng mga polisiya ng ating Presidente sa iba't ibang issue. Ang gumawa po ng speech yan ay marami. Yan po, tawagin na lang natin silang Team Philippines. Pero yung mga subject matter po na nabanggit ng Presidente pagdating sa mga international issues, si Presidente po mismo ang namili kung anong gusto niyang i-discuss. So hanggang doon lang po tayo. Team Philippines po yan. very close coordination with the President. Alam niyo po, nakita ko naman ilang beses na kung paano talaga ang ginagawa ng Presidente pagdating sa mga major talumpati. No? Nakakita naman ako ng rehearsal, nung unang at pangalawang State of the Nation address. Habang nagre-rehearse po siya, talagang binabago niya yung speech kung ano yung gusto niyang sabihin. No? So, hindi naman po pwedeng sabihin sinulat yan ng iba para sa kanya, dahil ang pagkakaalam ko po, by the time he is done with the speech, matapos po niyang i-rehearse, bagong-bago na po lumalabas. So, malaking input po din talaga dyan, galing kay Presidente mismo.
Sir, just to follow up on the President's speech in the UN General Assembly, ang sabi po ni former Secretary Del Rosario, the next step is for our President and his administration to put in reality the invocation of the arbitral award. Paano po natin gagawin ito? So after po ng strong message ni President sa UNGA about the West Philippine Sea, what will be our next step?
Well, number one po, I don't think it was a strong message. It was a restatement of an old existing policy. Kampanya pa lang po, sinabi ni Presidente, hindi niya isusurrender ang miski isang inch ng ating teritoryo. So yan po pagiging consistent lamang na wala po tayong pamimigay na teritoryo at paninindigan po natin yung ating panalo sa UN Tribunal of the Law of the Sea. No? Ang sa akin lang po, si Secretary Del Rosario, he's a Filipino, he's entitled to speak, pero parang hindi po maganda na dinidiktahan niya ang presidente. Hindi ko po alam kung anong special qualification niya para diktahan niya ang isang presidente. No? Alam ko po, naging 6 na taon siyang Secretary of Foreign Affairs, pero noong mga panahon po yun, doon nawala yung ating, Panatag Island, no? At doon nawala yung ating physical possession of that island. No? So I don't think he has much to show by way of his actual accomplishment as DFA Secretary. And all I can say is mag-isip-isip muna po tayo kung anong qualification natin para diktahan natin ang isang sitting president na hinalal po ng taong bayan.
Thank you, Secretary.
Thank you very much, Maricel. Yusek Rocky, please.
Secretary, tanong mula kay MJ Blanca Flor of Daily Tribune on South China Sea. Former DFA Secretary Albert De Rosario welcomed the President's pronouncement on the South China Sea and said the administration should now ask for international support to enforce the arbitral ruling.
Nasagot ko na po yan, pero again, bilang isang profesor ng international law, you do not enforce an arbitral ruling. An arbitral ruling, ang assumption po sa international law is that all countries will comply with their international obligation, particularly with arbitral awards because they freely consented to the jurisdiction of the arbitral tribunal. So anyway, that's free lesson po on international law for the former Secretary of Foreign Affairs. Sabihin niyo po kung ako ay nagkakamali, pero wala pa pong way na ma-enforce yan other than yung pagkilala ng mga partido o di naman kaya under Chapter 7 of the UN Charter, gagamitin po yung economic or yung dahas military force, pero kinakailangan po yan ng boto ng lahat ng permanent members of the Security Council. I don't think China will agree. A third option is yung Uniting for Peace Resolution. It's a General Assembly. Pero malabo po yan, no? Dahil alam naman natin na napakalaki rin ng impluensya ng China. Kaya nga po sinasabi ko, the existence of the award by itself is its enforcement. Dahil hindi nga po mabubura yan, at gaya po ng sinabi ng Presidente, it now forms part of international law. Ako naman po magbibigay ng unsolicited advice kay Secretary De Rosario as a former professor of international law and president of the Asian Society of International Law.
Second question po niya, how will the President's pronouncement affect our relationship with China? Some groups and analysts are wondering if it may signal the end of our friendly ties with China.
Again, the President has been consistent. We will move on matters that we could move forward on, including trade and investments. And we will, for the time being, set this aside because I don't think the resolution of the territorial dispute is forthcoming in our lifetime. So hayaan muna po natin yan. Basta nandyan po ang decision dyan, malinaw kung anong nakasaad sa international law.